I'm John Gress. I live in Chicago, Illinois. I started off my career as a photojournalist, transitioned into being more of a commercial photographer, and then I ended up sort of being more into the education side. So I sort of like to say that I'm on my third career as a photographer. So when I moved to Chicago in 2003, I had heard about and seen all these famous photos of buildings covered in ice after there was a fire. And I had to wait around until about 2013, I think, when there was a giant warehouse fire and the temperatures were around zero. So very quickly, this very large fire got out of control, and as they put more and more water on it, the entire building and everything around it got covered in ice. Until I got to the back side of the building, and that's when I realized that there were all these cars and barrels and a loading dock and firemen standing around as they were trying to battle the blaze. The ladder truck's ladder went up into the steam, if you will, and the firemen at the end of it sort of disappeared into the mist. And so I waited around until their supervisor was sort of in the right place in the foreground, and all of the lines came together and he looked up towards them, and I captured the image at that moment in time. So when you're working as a photojournalist, it's really competitive, and I was going up against a lot of other photographers that were there at the scene as well. And unlike some instances or incidents where there is like clearly a moment for that particular thing, the interesting thing about a breaking news subject like this is that there could be pictures anywhere from any angle. And so it could very easily be that you ended up in the right place at the right time, and your competitor didn't, and that sort of thing. So I was pretty sure that I had a good set of images. I guess I just didn't know how good they were until I sort of saw what everybody else did and compared notes, if you will. When I look back at the image, I see one of those classic images that I really wanted to capture when I started my career as a photojournalist. And the great thing about photography is you never kind of know where you're going to end up. And shortly after I took the picture is when I started to transition into being more of a commercial photographer. And that's just because the photojournalism business started to come down and my commercial business started to go up. So when I look at the image, I think about it fondly, thinking about that past part of my career. And now I'm just looking forward to seeing what's next and what comes along maybe next year.